First day is done downtown. CMA Fest will continue today. Day 2, Peyton Kennedy's live on Lower Broadway. She can't get enough of it. Every morning she's demanding that we place her down there, right?
Hey, I love being here. I even came here after I finished work yesterday. It's the place to be, and you can't blame me for that. And yesterday really was a jam-packed day. We had some major announcements from the biggest names in the industry. Dolly Parton announced a hotel coming here to Nashville, as well as a musical coming to New York City. Jon Bon Jovi was here. We talked with him. He has now officially opened the tallest bar here on Broadway. And of course, the music overflowed from every venue possible. And there are many more opportunities to catch your favorites performing live. The free stages start around 10 a.m. To highlight a few, Gavin DeGraw will start the Chevy Riverfront stage, and Marin Taylor on the Dr. Pepper Amp stage, an up-and-coming artist who I got to meet yesterday, and she was amazing. You won't want to miss that. And the artist of the day at the CMA close-up stage in Music City Center is Cody Johnson. A ticket to Ascend Amphitheater at 7 p.m. tonight will get you in to see nearly 10 performances by groups including Restless Road and Need to Breathe. And tonight at Nissan Stadium, the headliners include Gretchen Wilson, Parker McCollum, John Party, Kelsey Ballerini, Cody Johnson, and Luke Bryan. And if you need a break from the music, if it's too much, there are other events that are happening. There's a workout class that happens outside of Bridgestone Arena at 8 a.m. that is led by celebrity trainers and guest appearances from musical artists as well. ABC's The Bachelor is also hosting a tent with their talent that happens around 1 p.m. in Fan Alley. So really something for everyone, as well as just plenty of giveaways here at every tent lining Broadway. Live in Nashville, Peyton Kennedy, News 2.
All right, so Peyton went back yesterday after the good for her. We're proud of her.
She went to see Blake.
She went to see Blake?
Blake went to hang out down there, too.
You know what's fascinating is I thought for a moment I was going to have to tell Peyton, hey, I don't have it in me. I got to go home. I'm tired. But I can finally say.
All right, it was a great first day downtown for CMA Fest. Now we go into day 2. Peyton Kennedy, last hour, we learned, doesn't like to see people down on Lower Broadway, apparently. Hi, Peyton. Want to explain?
Hey. What do you mean? I think you said I don't like to see people. I love to see people coming out here for CMA Fest, and today really is going to be a great day. If it's going off of what we experienced yesterday here, it was just jam-packed with major announcements from the biggest artists in the music industry, including Dolly Parton, who announced a hotel that's coming to Nashville and a musical that's coming to New York City. We talked with Jon Bon Jovi, who has officially opened the tallest bar here on Broadway, and the music just overflowed from every venue possible. There are many more opportunities today as well to catch your favorite artists performing live. The free stages start around 10 a.m. and to highlight a few, Gavin DeGraw will start the Chevy Riverfront stage and Marin Taylor on the Dr. Pepper Amp stage. The artist of the day at the CMA close-up stage today in Music City Center is Cody Johnson. Plus, a ticket to Ascend Amphitheater at 7 p.m. tonight will get you in to see nearly 10 performances by groups including Restless Road and Need to Breathe. And tonight at Nissan Stadium, the headliners include Gretchen Wilson, Parker McCollum, John Party, Kelsey Ballerini, Cody Johnson, and Luke Bryan. And if you need a break from the music, if it's just too much, there are other activities as well. There are free workout classes that happen outside of Bridgestone Arena, led by celebrity trainers. There's also a booth hosted by ABC's The Bachelor, where you can meet former talent from the show, and much, much more. Just walking here on Broadway, you can stop by one of the many tents, get some freebies and some giveaways as well. Live in Nashville, Peyton Kennedy, News 2.
All right, and Gretchen's probably watching this morning, Peyton, so you really got to pop her name when you mention her playing at Nissan tonight. The fun's just begun at CMA Fest. One group is doing its part to keep the festival goers safe. The nonprofit's called Red Frogs USA, and they want to provide a safe space for people to go in these types of events. The goal is to reduce instances of sexual assault, unsafe drug use, and injuries from over-consuming alcohol. The organization has spread nationwide since its inception in Australia in 1997. This is their first time at CMA Fest.
Every person matters, and we want to be able to be there for people in their times of need. Now, 99% of the time, everyone comes to a music festival and has a great time, but there is that 1% chance that something could go wrong, and we want to be there for each person in those times.
The organization, made up of more than 5,000 volunteers across 10 countries now, they have set up a tent on Lower Broadway right near the Hard Rock Cafe.
3 more days. The country music stars, fans, sights, and sounds. We will have reports from Nissan Stadium every night during the festival. You'll also be able to see those highlights at WKRN.com. Don't forget the TV special hosted by Jelly Roll and Ashley McBride will air on June 25th right here on News 2.
There it is. All right, taking a look at team traffic for you at 5 o'clock on this Friday morning. If you're heading downtown for CMA Fest, a couple road closures you should be aware of. Really, you can just make it as simple as this. If you're going to Bridgestone Arena, you think about all the roads that surround Bridgestone, right? Like Rep. John Lewis Way, Demumbrian, and Koreans Vet. All those are going to be shut down from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Then you also got 1st Avenue and 2nd Avenue. That will also be shut down. Now, when we look across the river at Nissan Stadium, very similar to a Titans game day setup. A lot of those surrounding roads will also be shut down as we head into tonight for those night concerts happening at Nissan tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. It's going to be a long weekend ahead of us right now, but certainly want to make sure you know about these road closures involving CMA Fest. Getting another look at this multi-vehicle crash on I-24 eastbound. It's not going to affect you if you're traveling into downtown Nashville this morning, but this could affect you if you're making your way to Chattanooga for work this morning. All is well here, though. No issues. This is where it's just being plotted, but it's not really making much of a difference. I am following a minor disturbance in Robertson County. There is reports of a commercial vehicle that overturned here, so you can actually start to see some of that backup coming up on Mount Zion Road. So this is going to affect you if you travel over to 431 or 49. Outside of that, as we zoom out on the traffic flow map, no major issues to report at 5 o'clock this morning. For now, we'll get you some drive times to get you out the door and get this Friday started.
CMA Fest begins this morning with fans from around the world traveling to Nashville for the biggest country music festival. And Peyton Kennedy is there too. She is live on Broadway for us, where the lines are already starting. Hey, Peyton.
Yeah, things are starting to open up here this morning, getting ready for another full day. And access to the daytime stages, like the Riverfront stage behind me, starts 1 hour before the first performance. Most of those start around 10 a.m. each morning this weekend. So if you want to make that process as smooth as possible, we have a few reminders for you. First off, all of these daytime stages for CMA Fest have a clear bag policy. But also the good news here, they're all free, so you don't need to stress about hitting a box office before coming downtown. A lot of these stages are also hosted by our own team here at News 2, so be sure to come by and say hello. And if you're headed to Fanfare X, that's only $10. It's an opportunity to meet artists personally and learn more about their journeys in the music industry. You will also need a ticket for the evening shows at Ascend Amphitheater or Nissan Stadium. And today, inside Music City Center, the artist of the day is Cody Johnson. And tonight you can see him headline at Nissan Stadium along with Gretchen Wilson, Parker McCullum, John Party, Kelsey Ballerini, and Luke Bryan. There's so much to explore downtown, so many exhibits up for you to walk through, lots of tents lining Broadway. We'll be here all morning keeping you updated. But for now, live in Nashville, Peyton Kennedy, News 2.
All right, 6:38 on this Friday morning. Speaking of CMA Fest, if you're heading into downtown Nashville this morning, a couple road closures I want to let you know about. Obviously, you can see right here, anything surrounding Bridgestone Arena and Music City Center, that is going to be impacted. This allows for those artists to get to all their various stages on this side of the river. And the same is true as you make your way over to Nissan Stadium tonight. It's very similar to a Titans game day setup. A lot of those roads surrounding Nissan Stadium will be closed. We got the details for you right here on the screen. Also at WKRN.com. Now, if you're just traveling into downtown Nashville this morning, one minor issue to put on your radar. There's an abandoned vehicle near exit 40 near Old Hickory Boulevard on I-24 eastbound. So again, this could slow you down just a little bit as you make your way into downtown Nashville. Not going to mix well. Well, it's already starting to build up with a little bit of traffic there on 24. But as we zoom out on the traffic flow map, no major issues, just your typical slowdown that you'd see on the north side or the south side. We'll show you how this looks at outside I-65-24. This is for folks who are moving in here to downtown Nashville, just your typical slowdown. Then, of course, I-40 and I-24 as well for folks going around that downtown curve. No major issues. We'll get you those drive times. Murfreesboro, 41 minutes. Spring Hill, 30 minutes. Clarksville, 52. And Lebanon, 36 minutes.
If you are thinking about a trip down to CMA Fest, maybe it's your first time, we've got you covered. Look up First Time Guide at WKRN.com. Actually, search CMA Fest in that search bar. It's like one of the first few stories that comes up.
Right.
We've also got highlights posted there anytime.
It's actually it's got a lot of good information, actually.
I know.
It really does. A map of the place down there,
Yeah.
the app that you download down there, some other tips. Us down, Nikki?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it right now. So it was a great first day by all accounts. downtown and last night Nissan Stadium. So Peyton Kennedy is going to give us a preview from Lower Broadway of what Day 2 has in store. There she is. Hi.
It's a jam-packed day one with some major announcements from some of the biggest names in the industry. Dolly Parton announced that she's opening a hotel here in Nashville and writing a musical that will be in New York City. We talked with John Bon Jovi, who was here. He now has the tallest bar on Broadway. And of course, music was overflowing from every venue in this city. And you still have plenty of time to catch your favorite artists today if you haven't already. There are free stages starting around 10 a.m. To highlight a few, Gavin DeGraw will start the Chevy Riverfront stage and Marin Taylor on the Dr. Pepper Amp stage. The artist of the day at the CMA Close-Up stage today in Music City Center is Cody Johnson. Plus, a ticket to Ascend Amphitheater at 7 p.m. tonight will get you in to see nearly 10 performances by groups including Restless Road and Need to Breathe. And tonight at Nissan Stadium, the headliners include Gretchen Wilson, Parker McCollum, John Party, Kelsey Ballerini, Cody Johnson, and Luke Bryan. And if the music is just too much for you and you need something different, there are other opportunities downtown as well. There's fitness classes happening around 8 a.m. outside of Bridgestone Arena, hosted by celebrity trainers and celebrity guest appearances. You also have the ABC Bachelor tent in Fan Alley, where you can meet some of the stars from that show that airs right here on ABC. And again, if you just walk here on Broadway, there are plenty of tents that are giving away tons of freebies. So much to do. We'll be down here all morning with live updates. Live in Nashville, Peyton Kennedy, News 2.
I heard that story about 10 times. I still don't understand
very confusing.
It's very confusing. Country music lovers from all over the country are in Nashville. They're here for the weekend. Why? A CMA Fest. Peyton's going to join us once again, and we'll see what she's up to downtown.
Day 2 of CMA Fest begins this morning with fans from around the world traveling to Nashville for the biggest country music festival. Peyton Kennedy is live on Broadway, where the lines are bound to start early. Good morning, Peyton.
Nikki, good morning. Yeah, this time yesterday, we already had a line here at the Riverfront stage, as well as at multiple venues throughout downtown. No line yet, but as you said, I'm sure it's only a matter of time. Access to the CMA Fest daytime stages start about an hour before the first performance. And if you want to make that process to get to the stage as smooth as possible, we have a few reminders for you. First off, there is a clear bag policy at each of the CMA Fest stages, so you want to note that if you're headed here, as well as the fact that they're free. No stress about stopping by a box office before. Several of the stages are also hosted by our team here at News 2, so stop by and say hello. And if you're headed to Fanfare X, that's only $10. It's an opportunity to meet artists personally and learn more about their journeys in the music industry. You will also need a ticket for the evening shows at Ascend Amphitheater or Nissan Stadium. And today inside Music City Center, the artist of the day is Cody Johnson. And tonight you can see him headline at Nissan Stadium along with Gretchen Wilson, Parker McCollum, John Party, Kelsey Ballerini, and Luke Bryan. So much going on. Even just walking here on Broadway, there are a lot of tents that you can stop by for free giveaways and freebies as well. Live in Nashville, Peyton Kennedy, News 2.
So if you were thinking about taking that first trip down to CMA Fest, or if you just haven't been a while and you need a refresher, you can look up our first time guide at WKRN.com. We'll also have video highlights from all 4 days posted right there. East Nashville residents called
3-log camera. I want to get you set today for the CMA Fest. The weather is going to be fantastic as well. Now, it is going to be quite warm, especially being around that concrete. It's going to feel a little bit hotter. However, the humidity is low, and we'll also take the northwest breeze that'll wrap around the buildings from time to time. So temperatures very pleasant today into the 80s. We do add some rain chances for the weekend, which means we'll have some cloud cover as well. We'll talk about that more coming up in a few minutes.
It is day 2 of CMA Fest in downtown Nashville, the ultimate country music fan experience. Peyton Kennedy is live now on Broadway, where the music is blasting and fans are taking it all in. Peyton.
And this is incredible, Nicole, because CMA CMA Fest started as fanfare with just 5,000 people inside Nashville's Municipal Auditorium, and now the entire city is involved with people from all around the world traveling here to Music City to be a part of the action. And just minutes ago, Gavin DeGraw kicked off today at the CMA stage. We'll show you some video of his performance. He sang his hits for his fans. It was a packed crowd there on the riverfront. The nationally syndicated radio hosts Big D and Bubba, who are based right here in Nashville, are hosting that riverfront stage until 1 p.m. I talked with them this morning about the world of country music and mainstream artists entering the scene, so you can hear that interview in the next half hour. And tonight is another star-studded evening at Nissan Stadium. Your headliners are Gretchen Wilson, Parker McCullum, John Party, Kelsey Ballerini, Cody Johnson, and Luke Bryan. Now, some quick reminders to make your experience as smooth as possible. There is a clear bag policy, and there are select rideshare drop-offs and pickoffs. We do have a first-time guide to visiting CMA Fest up on our website, but really what I would recommend is just come down and have a good time. All of these daytime stages are free for you to visit. There are so many tents behind me with tons of freebies. There's just a lot to see, and you may even discover your new favorite artist right here at CMA Fest. Live in Nashville, Peyton Kennedy, News 2.
Festival organizers are prepared for emergencies like heat exhaustion. There are 6 medical tents on site, 5 ambulances on standby. Lifelight tells us at least 600 people were helped on Thursday. The Office of Emergency Management encourages the public to wear loose clothing and drink lots of water. Several water stations are throughout the event. Dolly Parton had a sold-out crowd during the first day of CMA Fanfare X. The country music icon later went on to social media to say she's breaking into the wine business. 9 to 5 singers said Dolly Wines is, quote, crafted with love. The wines are only available in the U.S. for pre-order through Vivino. Right now, there is only one wine under the Dolly Wines brand. That is Dolly Chardonnay. But don't you worry, a whole line is on the way. We'll have live reports from Nissan Stadium every night during the festival. You can also see the highlights online at WKRN.com. And don't forget the TV special hosted by Jelly Roll and Ashley McBride that airs June 25th right here on News 2.
From the second you get there, you feel like a little kid, you just want to jump and get all excited because you're oh, I finally have my spot. Because the adrenaline rush.
Nearly 100,000 people are feeling that rush this weekend during the 51st annual CMA Fest. Day 1 was full of big names taking the stage along with smaller artists making their CMA debut. Over 300 artists are performing over this busy weekend. Peyton Kennedy spoke with 2 nationally syndicated radio hosts based in Nashville about the country music genre influencing mainstream artists.
I'm here with Big D and Bubba, the voices you hear on 103.3 Country every weekday morning. And today, they're your hosts for the Chevy Riverfront stage until 1 p.m. this afternoon. And guys, I have to ask you, as country music radio hosts, what do you think about the resurgence, the reinvigoration of country music and mainstream artists like Post Malone, Beyonce, kind of putting on their cowboy boots and jumping into the country music scene?
I say the more the merrier. We've got so many people who are talented that deserve to be heard and get their voice on the radio. CMA Fest is perfect for this kind of thing because we have artists that, legacy artists that are brand new. You get your Jellies and your Laneys and that kind of stuff. But we also have older artists, legacy artists, and artists that people like you wouldn't know but have a following and still need to be heard. And that's what this is all about.
And what do you think about country music, the magic behind it? What is it that makes people want to come out, not only to be in the audience, but create their own country music too?
It's real, it's feel good, it's the music of America. And I know it's a simple way of saying it, but it truly is. There's a country song for every mood, for every place. There's something for everyone.
And rapid fire real quick, I'll get to both of you. Who's an artist you're really excited about right now?
Lainey Wilson.
That's a popular choice, I would say.
Well, that's why. Lainey is on fire, with the bar opening up. She's got all kinds of the touring, the accolades. You got to remember, Lainey lived in a small RV trailer for 3 years, trying to make it the dream work in this town. And I have all the love. We love her. We've been with her from the very beginning.
She is on fire right now, going so many places. And what would your answer be?
I'm going to have to just say I'm loving the Garth revival that we've had here in town lately. Like, especially since his bar, Friends in Low Places, opened and all that. I love how everybody has embraced Garth again. Now, let's see who else we can bring back.
Love it. He's one of the most genuine artists that I've ever interviewed. So thank you so much for your time. Big D and Bubba here at the riverfront until 1 p.m. live in Nashville.
We're having
Come
fun.
see them.
It's so cool outside. It's not hot at all.
You'll hear from Marcus about that in just a little bit, about the weather. All right, the Braves are making a stop in Music City this weekend. It is part of their Braves Country road trip to give fans the tourist park feel in their own backyard. So if you need a break from the tunes, you can just head over a few blocks to 6th and Peabody for the true fan experience. Anyone can go from noon to 5 each day. You may see some familiar faces this weekend at the CMA stages. Marcus Bagwell kicked off the Hard Rock stage on Thursday. Shelby Mack was out there as well. Blake Easton is at the Spotlight stage right now until 4:30. Tomorrow he will be at the Dr. Pepper stage. Allie will also be on Lower Broadway Saturday, taking on the Chevy Vibes stage. 3 more days and nights of country music stars, fans, sights, and sounds. We'll have live reports from Nissan Stadium every night during the festival. You'll be able to see those highlights at WKRN.com. And if you can't make it out this weekend, stick with News 2 for the TV special hosted by Jelly Roll and Ashley McBride that is airing on June 25th. Switching gears now, today marks 13 years since a Dixon County deputy was killed in the line of duty. Deputy